Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Marathon Sport Fishing. Here's what I did on New Year's Day. I just headed out. First I ran into a migrant vessel. Then I was slow pitch jigging the humps. That got real interesting. Then I kind of cruised my way out to the sword grounds and ran into Mr. Frigate. And guess what happened next? Things got wild out there as well. So grab your life jackets and hang on. And welcome to another episode of Marathon Sport Fishing. Hey guys, Captain Matt here. Happy New Year. Instead of staying out partying last night, which I would normally have done, I actually went to bed early, got up at the crack of dawn here. I'm busting out offshore, and I'm just going to go fishing today. I just want to check out, do a bunch of different things, and just see what's shaking on the new year. Okay, I start off trolling wahoo, and it's pretty weedy. I'm going to get ready to change up my lures. I kind of spin the boat around, and holy crap, I look behind me, here comes a migrant boat. And these guys are cruising, they're doing about 6 knots.
Are you able to stick this over?
Yes, I'll stay on position. I got to get my lines in, but I'll stay on position. We are heading straight north at, we're running 6 knots right now. They're under power.
Okay, so the Coast Guard asked me to stay on position. I plot course and direction for the Coast Guard. They've got Border Patrol going to pick these guys up on Key Colony Beach. They're barreling right into it.
Okay, we're on the humps. Got low current. I just hit the bottom with the jig and got slammed. We got a donkey out here, something big. Just got slammed, hit the bottom. Very unusual, you got a half a knot current out here at the hump. Let's see what we got shaking here. He's a beast. Oh, look at that. Not often you can slow pitch jig a hump. Holy crap, what have we got on here? Okay guys, I got color finally. Something big down there. Maybe that's a jellyfish. Wishful thinking, I think. Nope, jellyfish. Every time I think I see a fish, there's just a giant jellyfish floating under. Well, that's him coming now. I got color. He's off gassing. Big Amberjack, big AJ. Donkey. Yeah, buddy. Big reef donkey. All right. Perfect. Holy shit, it's a yabby. Big reef donkey. Big sons of a bitch. Look at the size of that guy. Click the clicker on. Back to reel off. Holy crap! Vertical jigging. That's a big fish. Camera going. Yep. Great big amberjack. All right, in the box. Okay, tuna on. Just hooked up. We're mid-water column this time, so no amberjack. Gotta be a tuna. Get back here. There he is. There's our blackie. Not liking the boat. He doesn't want to go to Marathon. Shit! Right at the boat. Bring it, he's watching something. I was just gonna reset and he came burning through on me. Where'd he go? Them things are fast, man. Alright, get my lines going. I want to get my lines going under where he's circling. He's coming down now, so alright. He's got something going on over here. Fish on. Fish on. Holy crap, I don't know what it is, but it's burning some line right now. Wow. Oh, I'm double up here.
Okay, guys, as I start cranking on this fish here, I got onto the frigate, and he was circling right next to me. I had like half of a drop in on the sword grounds. And I'm like, I got to figure out what he's doing there because I know he's on something. So I get cruising. I get my standard 2 lines out, the long and the short. I'm going to drop down a diving plug as well. I find that he's circling a log is what's going on, and there's a ton of mahi and a lot of activity around it. So I like to run a diver down by the log a few times as well, and you'll see me do that.
Took a decent fish. Decent mahi, nice mahi actually, really nice mahi. See how this show goes. Good old fashioned rodeo coming up here. Always a trick gaffing these suckers by yourself. Had him in the head. Trying to get him off. Damn gaff wrapped around the line. Not good. Mahi's going nuts. Shit show. Well, I know he's got a headache. We'll just leave it at that. How can they dodge the gaff? I don't get it, but he did. 3 damn times. All right. Mahi on board. Nice fish. No critiquing my gaffing skills here. There's more mahi in the spread chasing the other lure. They're chasing this lure. I don't know what they're doing. I got a feeling I'm going to end up with a mess one way or the other. Something's going wrong. Uh-oh. Something's shaking back here. Actually, another one grabbed the bait. Look at him chasing. There's another one following him up right behind the boat. No, it's a shark. Son of a bitch. Yeah, if you don't think there's a shark problem in South Florida, that's what was shaking back there.
Hey guys, so I'm following the frigate, and I finally see what he's doing. He's on a log. So I went by the log once. As soon as I spotted it, I threw out my flag on my float. You can see it here as I'm going by it. Very, very important to have something set up like that when you're fishing mahi, because you're going to lose the log.
Fish on, fish on. I've got the boat in gear, so it allows me to get a little pressure on him. Looks like a dolphin. It is a dolphin. Holy crap. Well, that explains why he didn't pull a lot of drag off. Alright. Dolphin in the boat.
Okay, so I picked up that mahi on the diving plug, you guys probably noticed. I pulled the plug into the boat. I've been by the log a couple times, did not pick up a wahoo on it, which is why I'm trolling the plug. Now you can see me, I'm burning, I got my lines out. This is a high-speed corner. I'm probably doing 25 knots in the boat. You see how sharp the corner is. With 2 lines out, you guys can do that. You can turn a really sharp corner, and the long line and short line will cross over each other.
The high-speed corner is allowed on my boat only. Nobody else can do that. All right, just going by the log again. Wham! Fish on.
Okay, cruising by the log here again, and I hook up. And I actually have the camera running. How many times do you actually see in YouTube you get a bite when the camera's on? Almost never.
You guys can see my float right back here. All right. All right, not sure what this guy is. You see the float back right behind the boat. Okay, it's going that direction. It's kind of pulling off to the side out there. Like I said, if you hook him in, he's probably hooked on the left side of his mouth. They always pull away from the hook. Let's see if we can get him up. Yep, nice Mahi. You can see him. Hopefully no shark action after this one. Might be flipper sized. He's a flipper, I think. Large flipper. In the box. Okay, in the box. See Mahi going airborne behind, up in front of the boat. Great big one was all the way out of the water, right behind the flying fish. They just grabbed my float. It's like 4:30, so it's time for me to get out of here. But here's what I use for a float. Got like a 24-ounce weight on this thing. My don't tread on me flag, but you can see the yellow a long ways off, so I really like that. There's no way you can keep track of a log or something floating if you don't have something like that in these conditions. Zero chance. All right, guys, give me the front end view. There's the frigate right there. I'm getting ready to get out of here. I'm 30 miles out yet, and it's 4:30. It gets dark at 5:45, so it's an hour run back. But you can see me doing the power corners in the boat. Well, I'm trying to keep up with him, and when he banks a corner, if you got 4 lines out, zero chance of keeping up with him. And here, where he's just been on a log, just kind of all you can do to kind of keep track of them. And then the Mahi will pull off of the log and they'll take off chasing a school of bait fish. Well, the frigate's following them because he makes his living off of them kicking the bait fish out of the water. But he's right in front of the boat now. We'll see if we get something cracking with him again. It's kind of my last run here. Okay, guys, here's my locator. I just want to show you when I run into something floating, what happens. I kind of started down here. I was following the frigate, then all of a sudden I ran into this log probably right on this corner there. As soon as I ran into it, I spun back around. I grabbed my float, threw it out, and I hit the mark. And I keep marking the log as I'm going down through it. Your float's going to spread away from it a little bit. It was probably, I'd say, 50 yards from it by the time I picked it up. But I found the log here. And how far is that? 500 feet? Let's see, 800 feet. Probably went about, I'd say, up 2/10 of about half a mile in that little bit of time there. So anyway, that's just kind of a little hint that I do when I'm out here and I find something like that. But the flag is a huge deal. So if you fish Mahi, I'd recommend getting one of those. They're pretty inexpensive to put together. Hey guys, Captain Matt, running my way back into the barn here. Got a little New Year's sunset going on. I'm going to be about 10 minutes in front of her. Got Sombrero Tower right there. The Sombrero Reef Lighthouse. Got a gorgeous sunset on the way back in. Thanks for tagging along on today's adventure. Please smash that subscribe button. Be safe when you're out there in the ocean. Hopefully some of my tips will help you guys catch some more fish. And if you got any questions on anything I'm doing, feel free to just shoot me a comment or an email. Hey guys, Captain Matt. Welcome to my kitchen. Tonight I'm going to make one of my favorite meals. It's really simple. We're talking, we got a little Mahi taco action. Obviously from the video we've been catching a lot of Mahi, so here's where we're going. I'm going to make a slaw first to go on top of it. I've got like a half a head of cabbage, lime, onion, jalapeno, little honey, I got about 1/3 of a cup here of just standard white vinegar. So, and we're gonna put a little kosher salt in with the slaw. So I'm gonna dice these up. The jalapeno's getting diced, this is getting diced, onion's getting diced, this is gonna get chopped in half, juiced. That's gonna go into the slaw. The honey, I'll probably do about a couple tablespoons in there. So I'm gonna get that cranking here and mix that up. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fry the fish. First of all, the fish is obviously
You know I'm big on paper towels, keeping that fish dry. The fish is gonna get an egg wash. So I got a couple eggs. I'm gonna wash it in the eggs. I'll probably add a little Cholula in with the eggs for extra spice. When you do that, you want to make sure your fish is patted nice and dry. The next thing, and there's different kinds of panko, but this is standard panko crust. Okay, so that's your standard panko the way you buy it in the store. What I do with it, I've got a little Ninja bullet, and I grind it up. You can see this panko is about, you see the difference in the two of them. It's large. The breading, once you get done with this, is going to be about like a piece of paper on the fish. So I'm going to take and fry the fish. Once I pull the fish out of the frying pan, I'm going to take the fish, put it in the oven on a rack. Where's my rack? It's right over here. A rack over the top of a cookie sheet. So this will be sitting on a cookie sheet. The fish is going to lay across the top of it. I'm going to have the oven on convection at 200. And what that does, it lets the rest of the oil and the grease drip out of the fish from frying it, and it really crisps up the fish. So that's how I'm going to make my tacos. It's my favorite way to make them. I do them blackened, I do them, grilled, but this is my favorite way. So I'm going to get cracking here. I'll kick you guys in as we're progressing with the meal. The slaw is made up. So you just slice it up pretty thin. What I like to do too with this, when you're putting the jalapenos in there, it seems to me every jalapeno's got a different flavor profile. Some of them are really hot, some of them are not. So I check the jalapeno before I put any extra spicing in with my eggs. I mentioned I'm putting a little Cholula in there. So the jalapeno's got a little zip to it, but I like that. I like a little extra hot on my taco. But here's where we're at. So that's diced up, ready to go. We've got the, right here, I've got the fish ready. I'm gonna wash the fish in the egg, blended panko there. I'm gonna hit it with a little olive oil, and I'm gonna be at a medium heat. I'm gonna have the pan and oil to heat before I put it in there. Here's the little Ninja grinder that I was telling you. You can see the size of the panko. So I just take my Ninja, I'm gonna hammer this, it's gonna get loud a second. That's the consistency I like the panko. Mahi's a great fish. I don't want to ruin the fish by too much breading on there. Then it just gets a little greasier. My goal is to have a great fish with a real light breading and nice and crispy. So we're going to see how it turns out. Stay tuned. One piece of fish. You can see it's nice and dry. It's the egg wash. I love the little plastic container I've got here that I'm putting it in. Kind of drip it off. Shake the container so that the breading is all the way on the bottom. And you can see, you just shake this thing side to side a little bit and it covers the whole fish. The whole fish is covered there. I have a separate fork I use. I got a wet fork, dry fork, we'll call it. Right there. You can see how thin that breading is on that fish. It's amazingly thin. So just wanted to show you this little container. It's about a couple inches deep or so and about 8 inches long. It's perfect for doing this kind of an application. I'm almost done frying the fish. Here's the last section here. One thing I figured I'd show you guys I do, I like to take the pan and I'll tilt the pan up. So the fish in the corner of the pan there's, you're hitting the edges on it. And I'll just kind of rotate around the pan with it. I've already done that with this, but that way I don't have a lot of oil in the pan overall. But I can still get the edges and the sides of the fish fried up. So that's just a little secret that I like to do. Maybe you guys already do that, or if you got something else that you like to do to get all the sides of the fish cooked, let me know. Just pulled the fish out of the oven. Okay, I'm gonna crack one of these open. This is really hot. I just literally pulled it out of there. The outside's just nice and crispy. It's dry. She's hot. I don't know if you can see that fish. It's just amazing. Oh, she's a little bit of zip to it. We'll need a paper towel here. But you can see where, like in the pan, a lot of the oil that I fried the fish in is dripped out. So I'm going to give that a little taste test. Really good. But you can see how thin the breading is on it. I mean, it's thinner than like my fingernail or my thumbnail here if you look at it.
So it's taco time. So I like to layer in basically one piece of fish in a taco. If we get a larger one like this, I'll split it in two. This guy's pretty good size here. We'll tear a little off. And half of this one. One thing I like to do too, with the leftover fish, so tomorrow when I'm heading out, if I got a charter or something, I'm heading offshore, I'll take the fish and I'll toast bread and I'll put some of the slaw on top of it. I'll toast it, I'll either hit a little Miracle Whip or a little mayo on it. But you want to toast the bread to dry it out and basically make a fish sandwich. So just to plate this up, the slaw is a little messy. And we're gonna add a little cheese on here as well. So a little cheese on top of the tacos. Like I said, a couple things. One, when you take the taco shell and actually heat it up and give it a light brown, that's kind of a game changer with the tacos. I mean, it's really good. The second thing, if you don't have the sexy little taco holder, so this thing's pretty cool. So if you want 2 tacos side A, if you want 3 side B. So you can see on my plate here, I got a 2 taco spread or a 3 taco spread. These things you can find on Amazon. They're absolutely great. Love using them. So we've got a little cheese. We've got our slaw on top of there. I'm gonna hit a little extra Cholula, or whatever hot sauce you like. But I like a little Cholula on them. And these little street tacos, I just know from first you try to eat 3, you're gonna end up with 4 or 5. So that's just how it works. So here we go. It's all plated up. Just looks amazing. I'm gonna give it a taste test. I'm gonna cut you kids loose. Again, tacos, a little messy. Excellent. The mix in the slaw is fantastic. The jalapeno I got in there has a little bit of zip to it, or quite a bit, which I really enjoy. The fish is light, the breading's light. Like I said, putting it in the oven for just, 10 minutes and letting the grease kind of drip out of it is a game changer, especially, on a fried fish like this. So, okay, one other question that came in on the last video. I mentioned I always have a beverage of choice. Today the beverage is wrapped up in the Falcon cooler. And my beverage of choice today is a Budweiser. I like to have a beer with tacos. It's kind of to me is a nice mix. Captain Matt with Marathon Sport Fishing. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Keep your lines tight out there. Please hit that subscribe button and go ahead and smash the like button.